Party like a rock. Party like a women's national team member when you win the World Cup because you're the United States. Yeah! James Rodriguez getting his best pasta eating face on. Looks like he's headed to Napoli for about $42 million.
Ooh.
And we update the African Cup of Nations. The Super Eagles flying high. And Sadio Mane, my main man, advancing. It's coming up now. Post to post!
Hey guys.
Everybody's been so late with the cheering. Yesterday was the same thing. It's like I've been here like an idiot for 5 seconds, and then oh hey ah!
Oh, it happens.
Late to the party, but you know who was not late to the party? Rick Mazza, the disembodied voice of MotoGP, will be heading to California this weekend.
That is me.
Grace your eyes and ears with the lovely sounds of Laguna Seca on the beIN Sports Instagram. Rick is doing an Instagram takeover from there this weekend. I don't know the exact race, but Rick will tell me.
It's the World Superbike race. I will be taking over our social media accounts as producer Rick. I'm going to say things like, hey, check this out. And you like the sound of that? It's going to be pretty exciting. Check it out.
If you like the sound of that, make sure you follow us on all our social medias. Well, Rick, today was the victory parade for the U.S. women in New York City. I'm glad it was in New York City because at the status of New York City sports, they probably won't be seeing a parade for a while because the Knicks stink, the Jets stink, the Giants stink. Maybe the Yankees could get it off, but either way, the last parade actually was in 2015 when the women once again won the World Cup. So Rick, that brought us to a very interesting question here on Post to Post. What is your favorite parade of all time?
Well, I don't know, Mike. Let me start with you. What is your favorite parade of all time?
Well,
get some ideas.
Have you ever been to Disney, Winter Wonderland, the Christmas Fantasy Parade at Disney?
I feel like I'm there now.
Look at this. This is amazing. Look how much fun for the whole family.
That's nice, dude. It's beautiful Winter Wonderland.
Maybe
Mickey Mouse is definitely happy.
Maybe Megan Rapinoe and the girls will go there because that's a classic American thing. When you win a championship, you go to Disneyland. Remember?
Yeah, they didn't say it on camera. I was a little upset about that.
They probably didn't ask them. Usually it's reserved for the Super Bowl and things like that. But I'm just joking. My favorite parade of all time was the 2006 Miami Heat Victory Parade. Best thing about it was my boy Pat Riley here, the Godfather, doing a little Mr.
Robot, dude. I remember that.
Mr. Roboto after winning his NBA championship, and that would probably go down as a favorite parade of all time. I think I was 23 at the time. Old man status here. I didn't just age myself. Hey, shut up, okay?
I'll shift back over to soccer. I think my favorite parade was 2011 Copa del Rey. Real Madrid wins, and Sergio Ramos drops a trophy from the bus. It's really only my favorite because that was hilarious.
Yeah, you got to learn to laugh at that. You can't really see it. Oh, look, P2P framed perfectly in the circle.
There you go. You see that?
There you go. Well, here's a bigger picture here. Was not the best night. Pretty hilarious though for all us neutrals out there.
It's hysterical. That's my favorite parade.
At that time, that was a big news story. So we're gonna get some daily news right now. Give me the flip. Give me the flip. Flip it, Willie. Flip it, Willie. Flip it, Willie. I got it. There it is. Flip it, Willie. There you go. Let's go to the comments real quick. Radu pointing out the Rose Parade is one of his favorites. The Rose Parade is actually, I think, during the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They struck down the streets of Pasadena, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Gene says they definitely deserve the big old party. Mustafa getting ahead of himself. Buddy, we're the journalists.
Radu wants to see me keep waving the flag.
Keep waving the flag. Let's do it.
I don't know how long I can do this, but okay.
Okay, well, speaking of the U.S. national team, we actually had the president, Carlos Cordero. He came out and said, there it is, going to come up behind me in a second. There it is. He says, we believe at U.S. Soccer that all female athletes deserve fair and equitable pay because as this team's taught us, being the greatest isn't just about how you play on the field. It's about what you stand for off the field. It's about who we are as a sport and a country. Now, those are some nice words, but you think that anybody's going to have the power to give these girls a little bit more cheddar, it's going to be the president.
Yeah, I don't know. Words mean nothing without action.
Now, I'm sure this goes through a bunch of, hurdles, right? He has to put it out there.
Well, these hurdles should have been jumped a long time ago.
Yeah,
right?
Before the lawsuit would have been my hoping, maybe when the lawyers are calling, maybe you figure that out. But Rick's got some numbers here to back up the women's case.
I mean, the whole conversation's like equal pay. Do the women deserve equal pay? I mean, that's not even a debate. They deserve more than what the men are making. They're getting the better results. I mean, look at this. From 2015, the Women's World Cup earnings as a total were $1.7 million.
For winning the World Cup.
For winning the World Cup. In 2014, the USA men's national team went to the round of 16, and just for doing that, they made $5.4 million. Does that seem fair to you, Mike? I don't understand.
That's like 400% more for efforting your way
Yeah.
through a round of 16
I mean,
finish.
sure. Great World Cup. Played Belgium. Incredible. I mean, almost beat Portugal, but then our defense got a little sloppy. But, I mean, the women dominate time and time again. They put in the same effort the men do, but they're getting way better results, and the men are looking awful all the time.
And then, always the big argument against this was, they don't bring as much money, they don't sell. Well,
that's not true.
How about that? Nike, smart guys over there, what they decided to do was they were going to start selling the women's jerseys in men's sizes. When that started happening, their sales doubled. They sold more USA women's jerseys than any other shirt they've ever produced ever. Rick was very confused. He saw a lot of men walking around with the 3 stars on the USA jerseys.
I almost bought a lot of their stars here. We didn't win World Cup.
Yeah, and that's because that was a women's jersey that was being sold.
The owner of the store told me that it was the women's jersey.
Yeah, it was being sold in men's sizes. So that is a big up. And yeah, that ice that the federation's standing on to pay these girls less, getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And I understand there's some variables in terms of crowd sizes that the women can't really control, and actually the men can't even control. So unless there's some kind of revenue sharing, it's a very layered question. I mean, I know it's easy for us to be like, hey, they deserve more, point the finger.
All right, well, every crowd in a women's soccer game, I went to the Women's World Cup in 2015 Canada, and the crowd was nuts. All American people, packed. And when you're watching the games right now that are taking place in France, packed American people.
American fans. That's the thing.
So
they definitely deserve more. How they get it, we'll have to get ironed out. But definitely, give them their money, man. Give them their money. And now we're going to move on to a guy who's probably going to get a lot of money thrown at him, is our boy James Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like
stuff.
he'll be making a move to Italy. Carlo Ancelotti loves the kid, used him in Bayern, and he had some interesting things to say. He actually said, I don't know if he'll come, but I hope he joins. I know him well, and he could play anywhere in the midfield. I used him on the left as an attacking midfielder, on the right at Real Madrid. His position is not a problem. He can adapt to different roles. Very high praise from the Italian manager for James Rodriguez. I actually like James Rodriguez as a midfielder. Seems to take a bit of a dip in quality when he plays at club level, but for Colombia, he's always showing out.
I mean, it's tough because he was playing at Real Madrid. First with Carlo Ancelotti, who was giving him a lot of playing time. Then Rafa Benitez came in, and James never saw the pitch again. Zidane came back, but Isco is in tremendous form. And once a player takes your position, they're playing better than you and doing great numbers. It's hard to get back in that field. So, is the smart thing going with Carlo Ancelotti? I think so. You know he's going to play you. He's going to have a position lined up for you. He'll circle the offense probably around you.
Yeah. And also, when a coach hypes you up in this way and he basically goes all in for you, you're going to want to reward him with good performances, make the most out of it. Of course, there's some money issues there. I know originally Napoli wanted him a loan to buy later. Real Madrid was like, no, you take him now, you don't take him at all. So I understand both sides, but looks like he's going to make his way to Napoli. So our dream Inter Miami attacking midfielder is going to have to wait probably a few more years.
I mean, the only other thing he's linked to is Atletico, same amount of money. But I can understand why he'd want to go to La Liga. Big competition there, a lot of star clubs, and playing with Atletico, so he goes against Barca and Real Madrid. While the Italian league is kind of taking a dip in the recent seasons, but they have a lot of coaches coming through.
Yeah.
They have Antonio Conte, they have Carlo Ancelotti. A
lot of old Italian guys. Yeah.
Hey, these are quality coaches. Serie A is making a rise. They're buying good players. At Napoli, has always been a team to beat. But unfortunately for James, Maradona's son came out and said, hey, look, man, I'm happy you're coming to my team, but don't you dare touch the number 10.
Yeah.
It's reserved for my dad.
Well, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's And,
what's your dad been doing lately?
Yeah, we're going to hit the comments here. Melissa Metcalf saying, spontaneous parade in Atlanta after the Braves lost the World Series to the Twins because it was the first time that Atlanta had ever been into the World Series at all.
Chipper Jones, baby!
And yeah, I got to say, I used to love those Atlanta Braves teams because the Marlins didn't come around to 1993. I, of course, was born in 1984. So that 9 years of no baseball team, I was like, got to support somebody. And the Braves were the team that were on local TV. So I'm a closet Braves fan. Let's go Braves. Except when they're playing the Marlins, but you don't got to worry about it anyway because the Marlins stink. Anyway, Gene says the women have won more World Cups than the men have been involved in. That's not exactly a fact, but I get where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Melissa Metcalf asked, will James play for Napoli in Miami on August 7th versus Barca? There's like a little bit of almost a full month there. I don't know exactly if that will be hammered out by then.
I mean, he probably
might still be on vacation.
He might. Yeah. I mean, when you come into a new team, but it's usually with new players coming in, they'll play him out. But I mean, James is a veteran. He's experienced. You know what you're getting with him. He's played with Carlo Ancelotti before.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't have to come to these preseason games to the U.S.
And he probably gets a couple more weeks off because of his Copa America and all that. Is Chucky Lozano going to Napoli as well? Tell me, Serge.
Salary has been talked about, but nothing with Napoli.
He says the salary's been talked about, but nothing with Napoli yet because we follow Mexican players because CONCACAF, Mexico, USA. We're We're like brothers that fight all the time, you know, but we still love each other, kind of. Will James get the number 10 if the Maradona wore? Yet to be determined.
I mean, I would like to see him in a number 10 jersey. He sure deserves it. But, I mean, you know, Maradona is a gangster when it comes to Napoli. Hey, he avoided taxes there 100,000 times, and he's still allowed into the state. So.
He probably has more pull than most of us would think. Now, going on to a very unfortunate incident stateside, Daniel Sturridge, actually, he owns a house here in Los Angeles. I don't know why I keep doing this with Willie. This is really weird what I'm doing here. Anyway, Daniel Sturridge owns a house stateside. That house was burglarized, and one of the things they took, something that really hit him hard, his dog, Lucci. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. This is so cute and
adorable dog. He went on an Instagram and he told everybody, guys, I want to know what's going on. If you have any information of who broke into my house, let me know and I'll pay you. Most importantly, who comes in and steals a dog from someone's house?
That's some messed up stuff, man.
Yeah, if you find my dog, let me know and I'll give you a reward. Then the reward was offered for, he put 30,000 euros, which is about $40,000 American. Yeah. Then guess what? Lo and behold,
the dog shows up.
Whoa, hey, out of nowhere. I'm not the one who burglarized your house, but I found your dog.
No, I would have been like, oh, hey, thanks for bringing my dog. Stand here while I call the cops, all right? Because you took the dog.
Obviously. They just let the dog, the dog could have just run out after it was burglarized. The window was broken.
It's on the video that they grabbed it? Damn, that's messed up, man. How are you going to take the guy's dog? I understand the money in the bag. It's
an adorable dog.
But he got the dog back. See, the story has a happy ending.
I kind of wish he didn't get the dog back.
Why?
Because he's been kind of bad for Liverpool lately. Maybe he goes into this kind of, what's Keanu Reeves? John Wick moment, the dog gets taken away, and he goes into rage and starts playing incredibly.
But he's going to have the dog back. But now, I can't say that Daniel Sturridge, end of his career, definitely coming to MLS. He already has a house in LA.
Him and Zlatan are talking.
Without a doubt, LA Galaxy are getting Daniel Sturridge when he retires. People are really mean. Why would you steal a cute doggo? Exactly. Why would you steal a cute? Why steal any doggo?
Rafa with the quality comment. Okay, look at Lucci. Does he wear Gucci? Now this is another segment we're gonna have to get to later, and I don't want to touch it now.
Get Daniel Hidalgo in here. Daniel Hidalgo, one of our producers here. That's a quality joke that he'd have to approve of.
He'd write that one down. That's good, Rafa. Thanks for that.
Yeah, write it down. Take it as one of ours. Now we're gonna give you guys a quick AFCON update as AFCON continues to roll along here on beIN. Senegal beats Benin. 1-0, a goal in the 69th minute from I'm never going to say his name. Idris Gueye. Gueye? Gay. Oh, it's pronounced like that. Okay, Idris Gay. And he sends them through, assisted from Sadio Mane. They will play either Madagascar or Tunisia. Madagascar, of course, the darlings of the tournament, ranked 107th in the world, only a few games away from the AFCON, African Cup of Nations final.
My favorites.
Yeah, and a game that just ended here on beIN not too long ago. Nigeria, the Super Eagles, survived South Africa with a 2-1 win. William Troost Ekong with the 90th minute goal off the corner kick. They also, South Africa was able to get back into the game off a VAR decision where the ball actually came off a Nigerian player's back. Looked like it played the other player offside. He was able to head it in, but ultimately they lose 89th minute goal. They will play either Ivory Coast or Algeria. I'm very much liking Algeria to win the whole tournament, which is pretty crazy. Both of those games will be on beIN Sports tomorrow. Coverage starts at 11:30 a.m. for Madagascar, Tunisia, 2:30 p.m. for Ivory Coast, Algeria. And if you guys want to watch it in Arabic or French, it will be on beIN Sports Connect 8. And Rick, I'm pretty sure that's everything we got here. We're going to have a parade out of the building now. And next time you guys see me, I will not have this beard or gigantic floof of hair. You know,
his barber couldn't make it today.
No, people were complaining, Mike, you wear the black hat too much. Do you see this? It's like a big poof.
Well, that's exactly why.
Oh, is Willie flying for you today?
Yeah, I feel like I've been
Get the aerodynamics
Napoleon Dynamite.
Get the aerodynamics going. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget Sports to Burst.
Thanks for watching
Sports to Burst. Sports Burst at 12 p.m. Watch tomorrow, all right? Fly, Rick, fly.